Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I just wanted to sit down and have a very relaxed chit chat kind of video. I have a lot of big things happening in my life and I just kind of want to sit down and open up because I don't often do that on my social media. I talk a little bit here and there about what's going on, but never really in depth. So I just kind of wanted to have like a venting session. Probably going to be figuring some things out along the way because none of this is figured out. I'm like in the middle of everything that's going on. So it's insane. But with that being said, let's get right into this video. Keep in mind this is going to be a morning routine. I just kind of want to pamper myself right now, so there's so many steps in this routine. You obviously do not need to do all these steps. I just love the self-care aspect behind skincare, and sometimes you just need to step away and really pamper yourself with some good skincare. Also, before we start, which I think this is kind of related, my butt hurts so bad right now. Even me sitting here, my butt hurts so bad. Anyways, I'll talk about all that in a second. I'm going to go in with a little thermal water first. I don't wash my face in the morning. For me with dry skin, that just overstrips my skin. So I'm just going to spray my water and then follow along with the rest of my routine. While I talk about my butt, I'm gonna go in with my essence. This is the Neogen Real Ferment Micro Essence. This is a new one to me, but I'm really loving it so far. And I just go right in my hands and pat it onto my skin. So, about my butt. So I was sitting here on my metal bar stools for like 3 hours, maybe 4, maybe 5, I have no idea. I was just sitting here applying to jobs the other day, and you know, these metal bar stools, the minimalist look is really nice. I love it so much, but it's not comfortable whatsoever. Last night I woke up in the middle of the night just because my butt was hurting so bad. I like flipped over, like threw my legs over, and then all of a sudden I was in like excruciating pain. I had to come down and get some Advil just so I can like fall asleep again. I'm also gonna go in with a couple layers of this. I just love that for extra hydration. So the reason I was looking for jobs is because I'm unemployed right now because I graduated with my master's degree back in December, and now I am unemployed looking for a job. I graduated midway through the pandemic too, so I just, I'm blaming the pandemic, not myself, as to why I can't find a job right now, but it's so annoying. And I applied to so many jobs. I look constantly, every single day. I'm on like Indeed and LinkedIn, and it's so frustrating, especially because the degree that I went to school for, there's not a lot of opportunity there. So I have my master's and my bachelor's actually in studio art. I got my bachelor's degree from George Mason University back home in Virginia. I went for what I believe at the time was art and visual technology, but now it's just like studio art, and my concentration was in painting. By the way, I'm going in with a Paula's Choice Niacinamide 20% serum. I'm trying this one out. I know 20% is a lot. You don't necessarily need it, but I'm just trying this out so far. So I graduated back in what I believe was 2017, and I worked from 2017 to 2018 at a retirement home in Burke, Virginia. I guess I worked longer than that, but that was like the year that I took off in between undergrad and graduate school. I worked at that retirement home. So within that time, I was just trying to figure out exactly what I wanted to do. After graduating with my bachelor's degree, I really didn't know what I wanted to do with that degree. I went for the arts because I really enjoyed the arts, and all of a sudden I was sitting there like, what the heck do I do with an art degree? I was considering going into teaching, but a lot of times with teaching, you need a master's degree or a certificate, which sometimes the certificate matches up with the timeline of a master's degree. Like it can take a year, 2 years. It's insane. So within that year, I decided I want to go to grad school, and I want to go to grad school for art because then you can at least become a professor in the arts with your master's in studio art. I decided to apply for University of the Arts here in Philadelphia, which at the time I really enjoyed and I was really excited for. At the time, like I said, I didn't know what I wanted to do with that art degree, but I knew I wanted to challenge myself conceptually rather than technically, which I feel like my undergrad was so technical driven. Like we just learned how to draw the figure, we learned how to draw the still life, we learned about color, we learned about all this stuff, and I didn't really challenge myself conceptually, so I really wanted to find a school that would do that for me. Little did I know I found one that would do that to me too much. I'm gonna go in with this hydrating serum by Beekman 1802. This is their probiotic ceramide serum. So I moved here to Philadelphia in 2018. I believe it was May or June of 2018, and I started within that summer. I started like right away. So this program was interesting. It was a low residency program, so we were really hardcore in the summer. It was Monday through Friday every single summer, like 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. and then it was more online during the fall and the spring. So I thought I was really going to enjoy that because I thought I was going to get like this glimpse of what the artist life is going to be within that fall and springtime, working away from campus and working by yourself, you can really see like what it's going to be like to be a professional artist. But things quickly changed when I arrived to school, and this is all connecting to like what the situation is right now. It's just really frustrating because I always go back to this school because I'm here in Philadelphia for this program specifically. So not even my second semester, I found out that the program was being canceled, and this really affected me because we lost so many opportunities. We lost the chance to meet other students, we lost networking opportunities, we lost social events that were going to happen. We ended up losing our director, our assistant director, or like her assistant. Even after being promised that like nothing was going to change and our experience was going to be the exact same, it was definitely not. And the decision to cancel the program was made even prior to me applying to this school, so that was really frustrating. The fact that they knew they were going to cancel the program while they still accepted me, and while they knew in their minds that I wasn't going to get the experience that they were promising. I'm going to go in with my vitamin C. This is the May Love Glow Maker. I ended up working with some great people, and I met some great people along the way. My friends Lola and Jessica, they were like my ride or dies. They really got me through that, but they really challenged me in a lot of ways that I didn't appreciate. They made me question things about myself. Like, I really did not even enjoy the art that I was making there. I felt like I was being pressured to produce art that I didn't like, speak about things that I didn't want to speak about, and ultimately I came to like resent my program so much. Towards the end, I was actually like arguing with some professors and stuff. It was a really unhealthy situation for me. There were times where I lost a lot of weight, I gained a lot of weight. I shaved my head one summer, and that was interesting. It was just a bad situation, and I really did not enjoy what I went through. And ultimately, I did not enjoy being in the program whatsoever. Even now that I'm graduated, I'm still dealing with the program because of COVID. We weren't able to have our thesis show, which our thesis show we really fought to have because that was going to be a networking opportunity where people from Philadelphia can come see the work that we were producing and then lead us into becoming either a professional working artist or going into the art field in some way, whether it was like administration, working with galleries, working with museums, whatever. And now they're trying to make up for that with a show coming next December. Now, although I'm looking forward to being in a show, obviously I really want that, and it's going to be at a gallery that's separate from the school, which would look good on my resume. It's frustrating just having to deal with a school that I really didn't appreciate, and I really didn't feel like they had my back, and having to deal with them even a year after graduating. That's so frustrating. Especially, I know that they did not have my back. I know towards the end, they were just kind of like, get these kids out of here. Like, we were even contacted saying that the school would only work for us like a couple months after graduation, and after that, we're done. Having been to Mason before for my undergrad, I am well aware that alumni are welcomed back so much all the time. Schools are like, come use our resources, come on campus, come do this, come do that, because they want that relationship with their alumni. And here I'm like, you don't even want me to be in contact with you. And I don't even know who to be in contact with because, like I said, my director left, the dean left, this person left, that person left. It was a disaster. I'm going to go in with my moisturizer. This is the Celamax Noni Cream. I'm also testing out this one. So far, I'm really liking it. It's nice and thick and creamy. Pretty good for my dry skin, but not too heavy. So now that I'm graduated, I'm obviously looking for jobs, and I'm looking specifically in Philadelphia, or at least I was, for some kind of art-related position. And I was primarily looking in my network, kind of. I was applying to places that I know of. I was applying to places that I'm familiar with, that I know people at, whether it was other schools or galleries or museums, wherever. And my resumes and cover letters were always like, I went to this school, I did this, I worked with that artist, this artist, whoever. And that started probably 4 months ago. It started like back in November that I was applying for these jobs. And now I'm sitting here about to be May, and I'm really frustrated at the fact that my school really didn't even give me the tools to even be successful after the fact, or at least that's how it seems. I know we're in a pandemic. I know the job market sucks, but at the same time, I'm contacting people, and like I said, all of those networking opportunities were completely lost. Like, people that we were supposed to meet, students that we were supposed to meet, it all went down the toilet because of the stupid school. And so now I'm sitting here and I want to blame them for the fact that I can't find a job. And now that I can't find employment anywhere, I'm having to move back home because it just seems silly to like renew a lease somewhere without certainty that I'm going to be working and getting employment here in Philadelphia. I could like renew a lease here and then like get a job in New York and have to like cancel the lease, or get a job in LA, get a job here, get a job there, and just have to like cancel a lease and like pay extra to get out of my apartment in Philadelphia. And that just seems like such a mess. By the way, I'm going in with the First Aid Beauty Niacinamide Brightening Eye Cream, one of my absolute favorites. So pretty much it's a disaster. It's really frustrating, and every single day is the exact same. It's me waking up, it's me logging on my computer, it's me searching for jobs every single day, for hours and hours and hours. And as you can see, I decided to make skincare content. I decided to become a content creator and focus on skincare and the aspect of self-care within that. And part of the reason is because of how frustrated and annoyed I was with my school. I then turned to YouTube and I turned to skincare because I was seeing a lot of problems in my skin. I was seeing dullness, I was breaking out, I saw unhealthy, just like rough textured skin. And I knew it was because I wasn't taking care of myself because I threw all my energy into this program. I was in the studio making art from like honestly 6 p.m. to like 3 a.m. Not even joking. After my 9 to 5 school. And then on Tuesday nights and Saturdays and Sundays, I worked not full time, but I probably worked about like 25 to 30 hours at a restaurant. And then I quit that and I started working at a catering company where I was working all over the place. I was working in morning here, nighttime there, this, that, it was all over the place. And that's actually another thing is that I got these jobs that was like quick cash so I could pay rent, so I could focus my time on academia. And now as I'm trying to find a job, they're like, what jobs have you worked? What experience have you had? What internships have you had? And my resume is like all over the place because my school was my top priority. I'm gonna go in with the Thick Skin by Sachi Beauty. This is just kind of like my oil step. This serum is beautiful. And I'm going to use my gua sha with it because this kind of gives me a slip onto my skin. So this acts as my oil, and then I'm gonna go in with my gua sha, which you know is a day and night thing for me. So yeah, it's like every single day I'm just sitting here on these damn bar stools trying to find a job and not being able to. And as I decided to start making skincare content, I became really invested in it and really falling in love with this idea of self-care, skincare, the marketing behind skincare, working with brands, contacting these people like these influencer, management, assistants, whoever. I really liked the idea of it. So I started applying to skincare positions and I started thinking about, can I even get into this industry? Having no other background but a social media presence speaking about that specific topic. You know, is that even considered like experience in their eyes? I dedicate hours to this, but I don't know if that's good enough for them, you know? It's honestly crazy. And then if you think about it, I'm in Philadelphia. There's really not a lot of opportunities for skincare or for beauty in Philadelphia. And there's also not a lot of opportunities in Virginia either. So as I'm applying for jobs, I actually realized that I hadn't even told my friends that I'm moving back home at the end of May. You know, it just hadn't been a conversation. And I think it started that way because I was kind of unsure about where I was going to be or if that was even the plan. You know, I still have a month here in Philadelphia and it could very well happen where I just get a job opportunity within this month and I have to like move somewhere or stay here or do whatever. So I didn't even let anybody know because I was like not even sure what the heck was happening. But yes, as of right now, I am moving back home to Virginia with my family until I figure out where I'm going to be. You know, I could be in Philadelphia. I could literally go to Virginia and then come right back to Philadelphia, which is fine. You know, that's annoying, but that's fine. I could go to New York, which seems freaking exhausting. I could be in LA, which, you know, as I'm applying to jobs, there's so much opportunity out there. But how do you all feel about LA? I constantly hear that it's a beautiful place, but the people there are absolutely horrible. You know, and I don't want to generalize and say that all people that live there are horrible, but at the same time, like they're very thirsty, they're very driven by like presence, by followers, by money, by all of that because they want to be successful. And a lot of people move there for opportunities like that. I don't know. I don't want to generalize. I'm actually going to LA to visit some friends that just moved there and my friend Kelsey who's been there for about a year, maybe even 2 years. Maybe. So I'm going the first weekend of June just to like step foot on the West Coast because I've never even been on the West Coast before. And I just kind of want to see, like I want to get a vibe from the city because I'm such like an East Coast person. Like I'm always in Philadelphia. Before the pandemic started, I was like up in New York, like honestly every single 2 weeks. It was insane. I was like staying with my friend there. I was working for one of my professors up there. I was seeing art shows constantly. Because this is a morning routine, I'm going in with my sunscreen. My friend Rudy put me onto this. This is the Paula's Choice Super Light Daily Wrinkle Defense Broad Spectrum SPF 30. That's a mouthful. This one's a really good mineral sunscreen. It's probably one of my favorites that I've tried. I'm more of a chemical sunscreen kind of guy, but occasionally I do like to go in and try some mineral sunscreens just because I want to see what the best ones are, you know? This one also has like a little tint to it, so it kind of evens out your skin tone, which is nice. All right, we are looking dewy. I'm definitely going to be sad to leave Philadelphia. I really liked it. I've been here for the past 3 years now, but honestly, at this point in time, I can't say that I know where I'll be. I could be in Woodbridge, Virginia for a month, for a week, for 5 months. Like, honestly, who knows? I'm trying to open my lip balm and I can't get it. So yeah, I just have no idea what the plan is, and that kind of scares me. In my mind, I have this like timeline for myself. Like I'm supposed to do this by this age, and if I'm not doing it, then I feel super crappy about that. Like I'm in this point where I'm comparing myself a lot lately, whether it's to even people that are close to me. I'm just looking at their lives, looking like where they are in life, and like comparing that to myself and my own situation. And unfortunately, that's even stretching over to my content creating too. Like every single day I'm on somebody's page, like why are they doing better than I am? What am I missing? What do I need to do to improve my content? You know, why did that video go viral? Why did my video not go viral? Why am I even shooting to go viral in the first place? Am I even ready for that, honestly? Like, am I ready to be recognized for this? You know, I'm getting a lot of really amazing people see my content and follow me, and I'm even involved right now in testing samples for Monday Born with Tenny, and even being on like a phone call with her and with somebody that I like looked up to. Like, that's amazing. And I shouldn't be necessarily comparing myself to other people, whether that person has like a fantastic job, or whether that person's in a relationship, or whether that person has a better apartment than me. Like, who cares, as long as I'm doing something that I enjoy? But this is just an everyday kind of reminder that I have to give myself, because as of right now I'm just so frustrated with the situation I'm in, and it's unfortunate, and I know it's not going to last. A lot of people try and give me advice from it, and I'm like, I know. I tell myself both sides of things. I tell myself, like, get it together, Kevin, go find a job. And then I tell myself, like, Kevin, it's a pandemic. It's a freaking Panera over here. Like, you need time and you need to give yourself time. And honestly, I've only been graduated for a couple months. Like, sometimes it takes so much longer to find a job. And even the first job that I'm going to get, it's not going to be the ideal one. It's not going to be what I really, really want. You know, is it going to be in the arts? I have no idea. Is it going to be in skincare? Who knows? As of right now, I'm like really wishing to find like one that can kind of combine the two, which sometimes I do just in my content in general. You know, a lot of times you'll see it be like a little more artsy, the up close shots with me dripping the serum on my face. That's like an effort of me to try and like incorporate the arts into my skincare just a little bit. As of right now, I'm considering making a more beauty industry related piece for my show that's going to be happening here in Philadelphia in December. We'll see how it goes. It's going to be a lot of work, but it's the only idea that I've had so far. And like I said, I really did not enjoy the work that I made while I was in grad school. So even though it's my senior thesis show, it's happening a year after graduation. And I'm just telling myself right now, I don't like the work that I made for my thesis. I absolutely do not. I spent so many months making that. I spent years coming up with that concept. My whole program was me just leading up to like this show. And although I showed my work at a gallery here in Philadelphia just for like photos and documentation for my thesis defense, that's not the work that I want to show in this upcoming show. That's not the work that I want to be known for. And so I'm not going to do it, you know? Like, I don't know if that sounds bad, but I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to put myself in that space again. I'm not going to step backwards in my mind and like make work that I'm unhappy about, spend time on something that I'm not happy about. I'm going to try and do something and incorporate both my skincare and my art and make a really great piece out of it. We'll see. Honestly, who knows? Who knows where I'm going to be with even like a week from now, a month, a year. I could be somewhere that I honestly do not expect, and I just need to be okay with that. And that speaks to both my content creating, that speaks to my career, that speaks to my art, that speaks to a lot of things. And I just need to be okay with the fact that I'm like in an in-between space where I don't really understand what's happening. A lot of things are just up in the air, and that's fine. Everything doesn't need to be decided by 27, which the fact that I'm 27 right now, but honestly, one of my birthdays happened over COVID, so I'm technically like 26 still, right? I know I didn't talk too much about these products, but if you're interested in any of them, they will all be linked down below. All of my socials will be linked down there as well. There's going to be a couple affiliate links if you choose to shop through those links. It does support this channel, so I thank you for that. And before you go, make sure to like this video, go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that bell notification so you get updated every single time I post a brand new video. Thank you all so much for watching. If you're in this space just like me, we will get through it. It's okay. Take your time, be patient, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye guys.